Well, hello, hello, hello. I'm ecstatic that you want to learn how to serve and inspire others. I'm Velvet, and yes, that's my first name. That is my birth name is on my birth certificate, and I'm a health, lifestyle, and business coach. I live in Atlanta with my husband and daughter right in the heart of the city where I can walk to all the neat cafes and shops, and I have coached hundreds, and I mean hundreds of women to health and weight loss success across the globe, as far away as Australia. After working as a health coach for several years, many who were interested in building a business as a online health professional, health coach, wellness coach or whatever, started reaching out to me. They're like, "Hey, Velvet, I know you help people lose weight or you help people get better health. But do you ever coach others on how to do what you do?" And I was like, I guess I could. Some had no idea where to even start, while others were, they may have been a seasoned local personal trainer or they hosted local boot camps. And, but they wanted more than that. They wanted to grow their own online, digital product line nationally and internationally. They wanted more freedom than being a local health professional would get them. They wanted more than just a lot of Facebook and Instagram fans. And it is so great to see so many of them doing so well now after our coaching. A little story about me. Not that long ago, would you believe I was a bankrupt real estate professional? Not close to it, not thinking about it, but bankrupt. I enjoyed 14 years self-employed, in the real estate industry as a real estate agent, a real estate investor, a property manager. And my husband and I were also in the process of partnering with another couple and opening a Century 21 right in the heart of Midtown Atlanta, and most of those years were very prosperous times with a six-figure income, a suburban mini mansion, 2 luxury vehicles, and a lucrative multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio of investment properties. We were also looking to purchase an in-town condo at the time near the real estate office we were considering opening. And that would have given us a suburban home on the weekend and, our in-town home during the week. And, that was a wonderful time, a wonderful learning experience. It really shaped me as an entrepreneur. I learned a lot during that time. I definitely wouldn't even be where I am had I not been the real estate professional first. But it all came crashing down when the mortgage industry collapsed in 2008. The economy took a nosedive and my real estate portfolio not only dropped in value, but it was in the negative. I mean, I owed more than it was worth. Excuse me. It was a desperate time when I had to decide to file bankruptcy, and it was actually the last thing I ever wanted to do. I would have loved to have negotiated with my creditors, but all my business account receivables, they all filed bankruptcy and I legally could not collect on them. So in a slow economy where business is slow and then I couldn't even collect on what was owed to me, this meant I couldn't pay my bills, personally or business. And when my creditors started suing me and garnishing the little I had left in my bank account, filing judgments against me, placing liens on my home, I had no choice but to do the only thing I could do to relieve myself from the stress of it all. I remember dreading going to the door when the doorbell would unexpectedly ring, because so often it was a judgment being delivered by the sheriff department. And, although when I look back at it all, I know there are far worse things that could have happened to me, that time still felt so devastating. I see parents now, with, a kid that was diagnosed with cancer, or a parent planning the funeral of a young child. My goodness. And it makes my situation, look like child's play. I I feel blessed. That's all I've ever experienced. That was the worst thing I'd ever experienced, but it still felt devastating. But I took this time to soul search and work on both my mind, my body, and my education. And during this time, I rebuilt my income, my confidence, and faith as a business owner in the health, weight loss, and coaching field. What I learned during this time was not only the science of the industry and the strategy of the business model, but also the personal development in the person I needed to become in order to achieve what I wanted, my goals. I had to develop a new person internally in order to achieve long-term success in my business and financial goals. Even though I was a hard worker, passionate about helping others, a good financial manager, and would follow a strategic plan to the T, I still had to personally develop and change some of my limiting thinking that had been deeply rooted in me from childhood or just life disappointments along the way. I did this by being coached myself by some of the best life and business coaches. I never knew I had limitations in my thinking that were hindering me. Since I was naturally ambitious and a very honest person, honest personally and honest in my business, I thought that was all I needed. But that's why in my coaching, I focus just as much on the personal development of my clients as I do their business strategy. You just simply can't have one without the other if you want long-term growth. And when you see a successful athlete and a successful entrepreneur, successful executives, etc., with long-term success, you better believe they became the right person internally in order to not only attain some success, but also to keep it. After lots of studying, hiring my own business coaches, and some trial and error, I took my business of me chasing clients in the gym and boot camps and spending my weekends and evenings, with clients. I took that to a successful online platform that runs on autopilot, where I have coached hundreds of women to weight loss success over the last 3 years. I've hosted online weight loss mastermind groups. I've developed e-courses, e-books, streaming video, and even coach virtually one-on-one clients literally in another country. The best thing about this is that these systems, again, they run on autopilot. And the same principles apply to just about any interest. Any industry, any passion. And as a local personal trainer or a local boot camp host, I would have never been able to reach that many people, and definitely I would have only been able to reach them locally. And again, the same principle applies to any business and passion. So whether you are passionate about cooking, baking, interior design, motivational speaking, you're a fashionista, you're a health professional, the same principle can apply to your industry, and you can create a national or even global brand with digital products.